Can anybody hear me and see me? Because at this moment I can't see the chat. So I don't know what's out there. Boom, boom, boom. Me, you. Hold on a sec, guys. If there's anyone there, I might be talking to myself for all I know. There's a chat. Is this the right chat? Anyone? Maybe that's if I invite somebody, eh? Why did I not see the event? Boom, boom, da 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 da. Da 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 da. Do. And just go to YouTube. So I'm trying a new setup in here. If anybody's watching. And I thought I'd see what it looked like. This is not me. There we are. Now I can pull the pop-up up, can't I? This camera doesn't work so good. I don't like the color of this. Open Bottle Master. John Post, how are you? I don't think I've ever met you, John. And, man, is this ever lousy screen, eh? Camera. We'll see what we got going here. Everybody can hear me? How do I sound, Tom? Yeah, it's a little fuzzy. I don't know how to fix that. Audio's good. Thanks, buddy. Are you having a good day there, Mr. R? Thank you, Mr. Post. Don't know who else is all watching there, but, well, actually, we can tell. So, I haven't opened up any whiskey because it's 11 o'clock, 11:30. Thomas, Tolvie Thomas. How you doing today? I could put a drop of whiskey in my coffee. I woke up this morning with a sort of a thumper of a headache because I fell asleep in my freaking easy chair watching some Netflix. That's enough. 10 Commandments last night and Ben-Hur today. My 2-year Easter movies, eh? Right on. Well, that's when they, back in the day when they actually made movies. Those movies were great. Writer's tears in your coffee. It's actually not too bad. Equal Opportunity Guns. How you doing there? Don't think I met you guys. I'm drinking coffee. If you're in a Canadian, I'm drinking out of a Tim Hortons cup. Sorry about the quality of the camera. But it's what we are. There's no Tim Hortons. Actually, there is Starbucks in the coffee out of the Keurig and in a Tim Hortons cup. And I just poured a little bit of Writer's Tears in there. So today is just a live testing out some equipment. I see that the camera's not the best on this unit. I need to upgrade. I thought I'd pull out my old Apple computer. It's 10:30 here. I woke up with a headache too. Had some Elijah Craig. Well, I wish I could get some of that barrel proof, man. I have a lot of Elijah Craig. I mean, right here is my go-to bourbon. And I have the new one to test with it. I don't know if I want to do that yet, but we will. I'm pretty sure I'm going to prefer this overall. But for the 7 of you watching, you can tell me a few things about YouTube. and how you feel about it. Post some questions up here, and I'll try answering them. I don't think this will be my regular time. I bought some equipment, some cameras. It's pretty bright in this room in the first place. Maybe I'm too bright right now as it is. I will see. The 12 is way better, is it? Which one is my favorite Bruichladdich release? When I started with Bruichladdich is when I first started. So I really have only been doing this for maybe 5, 6 years maybe now. To answer your question, I'm looking up at some of the Bruichladdich I have. And when I first started getting them, it was still in the copper tubes. And I think those releases were kind of hit and miss. They had a lot of different expressions that they were putting out. And then whatever the name of the company is that bought them, they started to shrink those into a more manageable marketing line, I think. But Valhalla from the Link series was probably one of my favorite. Not at first. When I first opened it, it was, what should we say, rough. It could have been because it was after a rough day of work, or it just seemed to be a little harsh. And then I let it sit for about 3 weeks. And when I got back from a job I was on out of town, I tried it and I liked it. And I still remember it very well. That was back in the days when I actually tried to write notes and take notes at every tasting I went and researched and looked up things. But now I'm going to try a little bit different approach with a conversation with somebody that I actually that first used to give a hard time to, but I like him now. Jason Whiskey Wise, how you doing, buddy? I'm here testing things a little bit. I see the camera on this is a little blurry. I think that's just the camera, honest to goodness, and it's on an old Mac Pro that I have. Yes, Tom, I think, first of all, you're very good at sharing, and I agree with you. YouTube, I think it's going to change. There may be a different venue that I was looking at that I might look at as well. But it used to be the biggest thing. You could look up stuff all the time. Jason Fisk, what are you drinking this morning? Anything? A little early in the morning, eh? Trini and C did a head-to-head on Elijah Craig preferred the NAS release. They preferred the NAS. Yeah, I remember seeing that they did prefer the NAS. Yeah. Jason Whiskey Wise, what are you doing over there in that great, glorious area of London? This thing likes to wobble a lot, eh? You see that? Yeah. Oh, that's a nice little thing. What range? Just the regular out range. All I have is the 1975. I bought some new shelves yesterday, and I moved everything around into a different room, guys. So that's why you see the blue all behind me now. I have an idea. With that great blue wall behind you, you could use a green screen technology to put a picture. Listen, my man. Tom, you and I need to have a private discussion because you keep putting that stuff in the chat and then all the other guys will start trying to copy. Although I don't think there's anything new under the sun. 12, 18, 22, and 24-year-old. Fresh ground coffee. Oh, you can drink that stuff? I mean, fresh ground coffee, yes. I'm 100%. I have, what do you call that? Press. I can't remember. I have one, but I don't want to get up and go grab everything. Next time I have discussions, I'll have it all together. But that, how do you pronounce this? Sortilage? That stuff is, almost killed me, man, when I tried it. I don't know how you drink. I guess in coffee it might be good. I had it at a big whiskey tasting, and it was. If anybody ever tried that, it's like Canadian liqueur made from maple syrup. It's something else. Yeah. So this, yeah, that camera sucks. Eh? No, not a French press. Well, it's like a French press. It's copying a French press, Tom. It's actually a crap. It's portable. It's small and portable, and you get 1 cup of coffee out of it. I think it was made with camping and stuff inside. So I have my. How does this show up here? I have a little sample that was given to me, but I'm not going to do that today. But in the future here, a buddy at the store gave me that, and I got my little Vulcan protector on top of it. Yes, Jason, called the AeroPress. I worked down in the mountains for 9 months, Canmore. And there's a company down there called Rave Coffee, and the family that started it originally, the grandparents are in England. So Jason, whiskey wise, maybe they're near your area. And they roast, buy their own coffee beans and roast them. And the guy had it down there in Canmore, and I was so caught up in the idea, I wanted to see about franchising off of them and bringing that up here. But there's a company up here that they're already good friends with, and they don't want to kind of get in their way. Yeah, they're great at the office. I throw one in, especially if I'm going out of town or they're putting me in a camp sometimes. Because I can a coffee grinder and some fresh beans. This is my little protector, man, for 1 bottle I will try, because I bought my first Octomore this week, and I've never tried one. And I bought the 7.4 Virgin Oak, and I will try it. Man, the lights just shine too much on everything in here, eh? I'm gonna have to work on that. This is what this is saying is Octomore. Hey, Rob's in the house. I'm testing out my new little area here. I'm sitting on top of the table my buddy made me. You guys, if you're on Instagram, you can see it. I posted a picture of it. It is phenomenal. It looks like whiskey, the table. Can't really move this thing around. Plus, the camera's so blurry right now, it might not show it up. I don't know if I get a better angle. Anyway, back to the point I was making. I'm going to try this Octomore 8.1. And I bought my first bottle of Octomore 7.4 Virgin Oak. What happens with me a lot is I open up a peat and I like it, or I'll be at a tasting and I'll try something and I'll love the peat. But then I'll change the angle of this maybe. And then I end up with a bottle. I've got a half full bottle of Connemara cast strength peat. I've got, well, that one's almost gone, Kalila. That was a 1 liter one. I liked it. What else do I have? Lagavulin. That's open, and a Lafroig. I never emptied them, and then we get past a certain point, and boom. OJ for hire, how you doing? So, I don't know if I give it a little bit better light here. I want to see what this is. How do I view my camera live, Rob, while what's being sent out from YouTube is usually delayed? Oh, maybe this works. I pop up the chat. There. And then I can see what I'm seeing without you guys. See, guys, I appreciate you letting me learn while we do these things. Because this is some bonkers stuff for me. Well, shouldn't be. I use computers all day long, but it's usually some Excel spreadsheet thing. Rob, what are you doing out there in the Never Never Land? or the center of the universe. So you won't always see my head like this. I feel like a munchkin because the chair I've got is too short for this table. Most cameras have an autofocus so you can focus on a bottle. Yeah, this thing is from 2008, though. I don't know if it will. Is it focused or not focused here? See, turn off camera. I don't want to do that. Settings. Will the settings let me do anything? Built-in sight. Yeah, that's all that is that camera. Oh, well. I think we're gonna survive, guys. I mean, you watch Trini and C, or Trini on Rob's show. Whew, that was in and out like you wouldn't believe. And I'm from BC originally. So anyway, I think some of the things I want to do in the future will include blends. I don't see a lot of blends getting done, and I see some beautiful blends out there now. Beautiful. I mean, obviously, there's all the fanboys about Compass Box, which I am a huge fan of Compass Box. But there are lots of other ones out there, and lots of independents as well as independent blends. I think that the independent blends obviously will blow away your. Actually, let's think that over. Compass Box, we all talk about it, but Compass Box is technically an independent. So I wonder about that. I mean, they have their problems legally. Not that they have problems legally in the sense that they're doing something wrong, but they have the SWS telling them that you can't tell people what's in them unless they ask. So if you're ever at a tasting, you want to know anything, you can ask them and they will tell you. But otherwise, they can't tell you. But really, they're independent bottlers. I would think. That's just my thought on it. Same as the SMWS, it's an independent, even though they put themselves a different way as other independents. But what makes them any different than a Duncan Taylor or the Cooper's Choice? Which, by the way, I have several Cooper's Choices that I can't wait to open, especially their Glenrothes. The Glenrothes are, how would you say it? It's a love and hate relationship. Anytime I've been to a tasting, half the room loves it and half the room hates it. Any comments out there about that idea, that Compass Box is actually an independent bottler? And what do we got in the comments here? Yeah, most cameras do have the autofocus. Already talked about that. Blends can be great. They can be. I agree 100%, Tom. I mean, really, unless it's... Aren't we always drinking blends unless it says cask strength? Even if it comes from one distillery. Jason, you're sitting with a 22-year-old and he's very cute. What? Oh, no, sorry. Greens, it's good, but about to pour the 24. All right. Haha. Hope you can take construction worker humor. What did Jason Fisk ask Jason here? How did AJ about the Anok 22? You didn't get favorable comments. 24, however, you did. Waiting to see what you think. Tom, I think Compass Box is more whiskey maker since John does blends where some other ones you mentioned just bottle a single cask and don't blend. You're absolutely right, yes. So I'm looking at, though, Adelphi, for example. I have their Kim Kardashian release, the Kilcaden. Yeah, they are, but blend things instead of bottling are single cask. Yes. But anyway, the Glover is just two. So really, I mean, it could be two, could be four, could be whatever. SMWS and their new cargo release, Exotic Cargo, is 4 different malts blended together. which isn't a lot. And I mean, obviously, perspective-wise, Compass Box is the originator of making this kind of blend. As in, when I say that this kind, I mean higher end, with a more purposeful thought put into mixing them together, right? Although I'm quite fond of Duncan Taylor's Black Bull. Anybody try the Black Bull out there? I have the one that I primarily start with, which is the, man, there's too much light, eh? I wonder if I can get that light out of the way here. There's just too much reflection. Maybe that's the problem. They have 2 of the exotic cargoes put out, though, don't they, Tom? I would try the Black Bull. They have a Kylo, I think it's called. Hey, Richie, Mr. Z. They have, this is that. So the Kylo is the 8-year-old, and this is the 12-year-old, obviously. And I believe they have a couple special releases that they put out with BMW racing, somebody that they sponsor in the race tracks. I forget exactly what type of racing it is. It's not Indy stuff, obviously. It's not NASCAR. It's something that's very popular in Europe, and I believe it is a BMW car. But I think there are some great blends out there. I'm going to do a little bit more research and look into that stuff. Not that all of you guys haven't already, but this is really kind of an education for me. I'm going to share my education with you, because people might think that I've been into whiskey for a long time, but buying whiskey and just putting it on a shelf is not really educating yourself, is it? I bought a bottle of that bourbon mash, that Canadian stuff, Canadian Crown Royal. I didn't find it disgusting. It's drinkable, but I'm not going to disagree with what some other people have been saying about it. I think it's by no means a bourbon. I think maybe it's more of a... I think I need to open it up next to a Lot 40, because I think on the nose, that's all I got was like a rye, right? And I'd like to do some side-by-side comparisons of new releases and older releases. I would love to get some of the Macallans, their range stuff, like their new double cast from the States, and compare it to one of the ones we have up there, because the ABV is different. So if anybody has a connection down there, well, we all have connections down there, I guess. Getting it up here through the archaic Canadian customs is another story, but I'd like to compare that and the Balvinis. I was down in the States last year on a motorcycle trip to Washington and Oregon, and I was having too much fun on the motorcycles that I didn't stop at one liquor store while I was on the US side. Only on my way through into the States, I stopped at the duty free, and I grabbed triple cast Balvenie, which I haven't even opened yet. I don't blame you. I'd hold off drinking too. That's why, I mean, I have a little bit of my coffee here, as you saw in the beginning of the show here, but I usually on Sundays can't make that show, or I come in late. And this is a nice Sunday to do that. Here's another bottle that I got given to me. Man, it's so reflective in here. We'll work that out, boys. We'll get it all better. You'll see a much better production once I start making videos, I hope. 21.5% tax in Washington. There's probably a reason I didn't stop at a liquor store then. John, thanks for telling me that. Which, yeah, Washington. I was staying in Long Beach. A friend of mine knows a friend of mine. Builds houses down there. It was a beautiful place to stay. Who's tried this besides Rob Whiskey in the 6. You're pouring a Deanston 20. You know what? I freaking forgot to go pick up a bottle of Deanston. I'm working on a different site right now, and it's a pain to get down in there. What is my favorite whiskey to add? Or to anybody in the chat room, Tom R is asking, what is your favorite whiskey to put into your coffee? Well, I just put in Writer's Tears. And so most of the time, for myself, it used to be Bailey's, which I now do not touch. I buy 40 Creek. I don't know how it will change in the future now that John Hall is not even involved with the company at all. But it used to be, the first ingredient was fresh farm cream. And it's amazing in your coffee, right? Obviously, was it Jason Fisk? You're putting in the Montreal stuff. I know. And John Post doesn't add anything to his coffee. You drink it black, no sugar, no milk, no whiskey. You just bought one of these 1990s last week. I can't find a full bottle. All I had left was sample bottles. This is what, 50 mil? I don't know. I think it's pretty good. 46% alcohol. As long as they stay at 43 to 46 on their regular outruns, I don't. Just cream. Okay, John. I don't care too much for the 40s, but watching some other reviewers, if you really want to get back into some other whiskeys, just maybe cut back on the cask strength. And as Ralphie always does, I think he suggests diluting down to 35 to really get all the nosing and all the different tastes you can out of something. That is, again, will be part of what I'm going to try and do in this show is work on the taste buds and the nose, the olfactory system, and just learn how to improve it. You think the sample bottle is cute? Yeah, you're into cute bottles? Is that how you make your whiskey choices at the liquor store, Tom? Hey, that's cute. I'm going to buy that bottle. You like that little cute thing? Did you see my other one there on one of the live shows when I was a guest? Well, somebody does that. There is somebody on Instagram, Tom, and that's all he does. His house, he collects miniature bottles. That's all he collects. And I think they last a long time, those types of caps they put on there. You hear lots of people complain about corks, but we all know it. Whiskey caps are phenomenal. No, I don't collect miniatures, right, Richie? But there is a guy on Instagram that collects miniatures. That's all he does. Well, I shouldn't say that's all he does. That's all I've seen him do, right? I'm gonna look him up. We got time for that? We're just shooting the shit here, right? We can swear right now, eh? I'm in Canada. We're not like the guys in the US. We're not edited as much. YouTube, hopefully. Miniatures. Whiskey Calm GR. I'm sure he'd love followers. What's going on here? KB bottles. There's I think there seems to be quite a few of them. I can't find any of these guys because I was having a chat with one of you fellas that's online right now, and I'm not in the search. I'm in the chat. Why aren't they shipping? To resume shipping so I can get more Balblair. Only have one bottle I'm saving. You're in the States and they ship down to you or over to you. They won't ship to Canada. That's the problem. I got lucky and got the higher proof. Whoa. There's a higher proof version? Man, I've got one here. I got fortunate to find it. Wait a minute. Yeah? You lucky guy. Mine's not. Mine's only the 46%. Damn it, Tom. I do enjoy higher proof. That's why I'm one of the members of the SMWS. I prefer it. Miniature. Minatire, you dumbass. Big fingers. Yeah, whiskey, COMGR, all one word. And it looks like that's all he posts pictures of his miniatures. Now, he doesn't have a whole lot on here. But that's it. Even as a miniature Habiki 17-year-old in the same type of bottle. Don't think anyone can see. Oh, maybe you can see that. Can you see that? Just so you can see his logo. But that's a miniature Habiki. I can't believe that. Must be a European thing because I don't think we get it over here that much. He has his own website. Maybe you can order them there. That's kind of cool. How many of you out there have the collector bug? He has his own little website, like a blog, all on miniatures. Interesting. I cannot believe. And he's got them listed alphabetically in his site here, guys. I think it would be cool. I'm going to follow this guy for the heck of it. Miniature bottles, KB bottles. There's another guy, KB bottles, in Germany. Ooh, he's got tons of them. But they're not just whiskey. They're tequila, gin, something garlic. An obscure bottle I'm considering getting is Monarchmore, a Speyside 25-year-old. I have not. Monarchmore. Why is Monarchmore ringing in a bell in my head? Monarchmore. Is Monarchmore a private bottle? No, Monarchmore is a distillery. Oh my heavenly Lord. Sorry guys. This guy has a garlic vodka. Ugh. Would anybody try that? Monarchmore. Why does that? Let me look here in my whiskey log and see if I have a Monarchmore. You just have a little. I'm missing full of flavor. 80. Yeah, I bet you it's full of flavor. More flavor than the 46. I'm going to open that bottle now and be so disappointed. Why did they do that? So do they list that one as a cask strength, and then the one I've got here is not a cask strength? Is that the story? Diageo Distillery, Jason. I have a 99. I have a 78. And I have a 1990 miniature. Yeah, a 99, a 73 or 78, 78, and a 83. There is a G&M cask strength Monarchmore at Zen's. Oh, everybody keeps talking about Zen's. I'm freaking driving down there one day. It is from Gilroy, California. Gilroy is the garlic capital. Eric Waite, you are always welcome to come in here and educate us. The garlic capital. It probably would be because trying to grow food up here. So, Macallan, no Monarchmore. McMyra, special number 3. I have that. I'm Monarchmore. I won't. No Monarchmore. I have none. I have none. In my M's here, I have none, my friend. Yes, Eric, you do put up nice videos, buddy. I have to agree with you, Tom. 83 Bellwire cask strengths were single casks. Damn it. Well, I never looked at the Bellwires until recently, and I got that 1999 from Chateau Louis here. And that's it. You can smell the garlic from the highway when driving through Gilroy. Now, that's not, Eric, that's not the smell of garlic growing. Are they processing it somewhere as well? That must be where you're smelling it from, right? Dram Fools, independent bottler. Who is Dram Fools? I am now looking in my SMWS to see if I have a Monoc more, which I don't. Moray. Yeah, that's... Anybody on here an SMWS fan or member? Oh, I do. There it is. I have 2 Monoc Moors from the SMWS. That's probably why it's ringing a bell in my head. My only issue with the SMWS is that they're having issues shipping to Illinois now. Can't even order online after hours of the week. Yeah, down in the States, yeah. First of all, I'm in a province where the people that are actually own the rights to the SMWS live. They live in Calgary. And it used to all belong to the U.S. The U.S. SMWS had the rights for all of North America. And then they had to go... When they thought of the idea on a vacation in England or in, I guess they were in Scotland, Edinburgh, am I right there? They approached them and they said, well, it already belongs to North America through these guys. And they weren't doing anything in Canada with it, so the SMWS UK said you're going to have to relinquish the rights to Canada. There was a bit of a battle, which doesn't seem to matter now because it's new people that have the rights for it in the U.S. as well. And I think they are trying to do some things better for you, Tom. Charles from Drinking Caveman knows some more about it, and I think he's in contact with the actual new rep, and I forget his name now. Single Malt Vault, or no, Single Malt Alliance. There's some association. They are trying. He was getting me to send him some information on it, or on what we have up here. I think he was probably going to plagiarize and share some of these ideas. Richie, so the Monoc Moor I have is a 12-year-old, but I remember it being phenomenal. 57.2, and the number is 64.53. That's on the SMWS numbers. And then I have a 64.75, which is 60.8. Both 12-year-olds. First fill bourbon barrel. They're awesome. I like them. And the other one was a bourbon cask. Probably the same thing. Right? I don't know why they reword those things. I got to constantly remind myself. That's it. Who's on STD today? Why am I missing that? And I do know, Single Malt Alliance. That's right. That's who is on the STDs today. They always have theirs in the afternoon here. I mean, I have somewhere to be here very soon, guys, so we won't be talking much longer. And they start, and they're only on for an hour, so by the time I get back, they're done. I'm looking them up here right now. Anyway, those are some of my ideas. I need to set up my my little desk. I think I need a bar stool to bring me up to a better height. I liked your idea about getting a green screen, Tom. I have actually, just last night, why I kind of laughed at your comment, is looked at a couple. I also need to go buy a different computer. I have my other one that worked better last time, but it's an HP. This is my Apple. It's crazy. And Eric Waite, if anybody, I think everybody that watches me, Eric Waite already watches you. If there's any viewers that don't know Eric Waite, you got to watch his show. Same with Jason Whisky Wise. His video reviews are top notch in my opinion. And I think he's disappeared, but Whiskey in the Six, you got to keep that guy on his toes, because I think he forgets to comb the gray hairs out of his beard. But not only does he do good reviews, he's one of the slickest looking dudes out there. Although, you know what? Now that we're talking about Jason Whiskey Wise, I think his beard would probably win. Let's get Jason Whiskey Wise and Whiskey in the Six's beard in a ring. Who would win? Whose beard would win? Hey, Jason. You think you could take Rob's beard? I think you could. Eric, wait, is your show today the Ardbeg show? Yes, I think it's just the continuation of your Ardbeg, is it not, Eric? What should I do? Eric, wait. Swami rocking the beard. Oh, yeah, Swami's got a beard, too. Well, he could be a runner-up. But Swami's got quite the beard going. Beard cage match. Loser has to shave it off. I think Rob's up to that challenge. I just have a funny feeling. Jason, are you still going to the gym? Jason will grow his in 2 hours. I work with some guys like that. I got to shave every day before I come in. You won't notice it on me because I'm blonde. Eric, I'm going to see if you can see the label on this. The very bottom. How do you pronounce that? Do I have to look it up in etymology? Jeez, I got to work on this thing. Eric, my arm's getting tired. I hope you can read this. Of course, it does it in reverse for some reason. The Opimian Society of Canada. Eric, before we go, can you tell us what the Opimian Society is? If it says Canada, that means that there's probably one in the U.S. Exclusive production by Parban Nalini for the Opimian Society Canada. It is. Oh yeah, it would be good. And you're going to be hitting the gym. Why are you going to hit Jim? What did Jim do to you? See you, Whiskey, or see you, Jason Post. All good ideas. Thanks, buddy. I hope. I'm just doing something. I'm really on here right now to let you guys know that I haven't gone away. I should be making videos and pre-production stuff so that I can just have videos ready. But transitioning from not working to working right now. It's pronounced what the? Eric, don't make me swear online. Do you know what that is, Eric? All joking aside. This is a 21-year-old blend from a wine society. That's all I have to say. It's 43% whiskey. It was given to me by somebody that I used to consider a friend. I don't anymore. Well, I still do. I don't hold. I hold grudges only for a little bit. Can you read that backwards? Never heard of it? Okay. I can't help you there if you can't help me. Never heard of it. Okay, I just saw your... You notice that what I see on the screen and what comes up on the chat, there's a delay. I think that that's done on purpose by YouTube. Well, maybe I'll do a review on that. I just got rid of a 12-year-old they gave me, but that bottle had been open a long time. You can't read it. No, I know it's backwards and it's too blurry. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, Opimian. O-P-I-M-A-M-I-A-N. It's not backwards for you guys. Okay, that's good. Here, I'll type what it is in there. Opimian Society. O-P-I. Yeah. I just typed it out there, Eric, or Tom. And it just says Canada, although I don't know if it of Canada. It's Gaelic whiskey, they call it. On it here, it's C-U-L. Do I have any impulse whiskeys? Holy Lord, brother, do I have? I think that's all I have. I'm like a woman buying shoes or makeup when I go into the liquor store. And I'm a sucker for every single bottle. Sometimes they suggest to me, oh, this one and that one. And then you guys in the chats, as well as Jason Whiskey Wise and Drinking Caveman, drinking this, drinking that, all the YouTubers, Scotch Test Dummies, Jason or Whiskey in the Six. You see all the stuff there, and I'm thinking, oh man, I don't have that one. And I'm out here in a province that that has it freely. So yeah, I end up, oh buddy, if you only knew how impulsive I can be when it comes to buying that stuff. And motorcycle season starting, I probably will be better off with that. I bought a bunch of stuff that I need to rebuild a motorbike I crashed at the racetrack, but you can't afford to hire a guy to do that. You have to do it on your own, and it's all about time. And I'm not even family bound like some. Dram Fools, is that so? Thomas, you bought the Darko because of the STDs. Dram Fools is a YouTube channel. I'll look it up here right now. I'm amazed this computer has lasted as long as it does. Or a website we can order whiskey from. Dramfool.com. How did you find out about these guys? A new perspective in Scotch whiskey. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I'm going to find out who they are. So it looks like it's a blog, right? New bottle, previous bottles, apparel, contact, Dramfool. All right. Good call, man. I will. Dramfool.com. I haven't got time to look that all up right now, but I appreciate you showing me that. I wonder. Well, Eric, oh, he sells bottles. Where is he located? I can't really see the screen here. That was more Irish whiskey than coffee. I hate to tell you this. Dark Cove, because of the STDs, Scotch Test Dummies. Those guys are phenomenal, by the way, and I know everybody on here watches them already. I watched them right from the very beginning. If you haven't watched their old videos, grab a couple and watch them, and then go back to their new ones. You can see their growth, and it's very interesting. If you use the same blue screen, make sure you don't wear that hat and shirt. It will be interesting. What do you mean don't wear the hat and shirt? I wore the hat because I had not my hair fallen asleep. My hair was like this. I was like, oh, hey guys, how you doing? I was going to wear my STD hat and I couldn't find it. This lighting will change, my friend. I promise. When Julia gets here, because I just bought these light boxes. Okay, I literally just bought them, and maybe I have them up too bright. Plus, I have external light behind me. I'll try one thing here, and that is called shutting off the lights. Boom. What do you guys prefer? Live shows? Off, 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 off. Or do you prefer video reviews? And this dark shirt might be a problem, yeah. Both are blue and could get converted to the image you use. So that's something I don't know all about, Tom. A blue screen and a green screen, they're used for the same thing, but they're different. Do you buy you just buy enough green screen to fill in? I got to learn how to do all that stuff, right? You like a combination of the two. I don't understand all that stuff. We're going to have a different web chat about video stuff. Live and recorded both have different advantages. Okay. You prefer live shows, okay? And OJ prefers live reviews as well. Jason, are you talking about, yeah, you're talking about the green screens and a blue screen, or you prefer a combination of live and pre-recorded shows? Video reviews are easier to watch than when I have time, yes. But, I mean, the live show can be put aside. I'm not doing any review right now because I have a meeting to go to here in a half an hour. Bill, the Whiskey Dick, is the one who asked about video stuff. Yeah, but he keeps his pretty simple. He doesn't use a blue screen or anything, does he? But he does have the knowledge. But Tom, he's using a Asus computer. I mean, it's a gamer computer. I mean, the guys that buy that type of computer are buying it for the speed and the RAM. Tom, I agree with you 100%. I like the live show, and it kind of chokes me up when I can't be in the chat room with you guys. And trying to do what I did the last two ones, the last two shows I put on there, I was like, wow, I don't know how they keep up with everything. You have to have someone else here to watch the comments and so on, right? I think behind me, I'll have somewhere I want to be able to mount a screen so I can actually see the comments better than just right here, depending on what I'm doing. If I'm doing an actual live show, I will. I feel bad when I miss the show. Yeah, live and pre-shows. Pre-shows. Both. Richie likes both. Yeah, I like both too, depending on how they're done. I'd like to do some more interviews. Now, there's a question for you guys. Do you like interviews live or a pre-recorded interview? Because I have the opportunity to do quite a few interviews out here. And those, I'm talking to people right now. I've gotten a lot of support locally, and I appreciate that if anybody does watch this, but I'm just a little fella right now. Yeah, they tend to go too long to watch on replay, 1 hour plus. Re-recorded tends to be shorter and more concise. Re-recorded. Are you talking about re-recording your live show, like editing the live show after, or you're talking about pre-recording like you obviously do, Eric, and you have a background in some video stuff, don't you? Didn't bring a glass here. Sorry, pre-recorded. I thought that's what you meant. We're going to pour a tiny little bit of dram of this. This was a gift from Julia. We talked about it on our first show, Writer's Tears. Came in a nice little box kit with a tiny little Writer's Tears glasses. Should I do a glass review, guys? Has anybody seen enough of those yet? I got a little tiny bit in this glass. And I appreciate the 9, 10, 11 people that showed up. And sorry about the camera quality. It's just fuzzy. It's not even really blurry. I think it's just a... Chris, how you doing, buddy? I'm just about to say goodbye. Having viewers send you a question for an interview is a great idea. I agree. Okay, so there's a good idea. I'm going to come up with some way to, well, not come up with some way. We'll get people here now that the chats are saved and recorded. We can actually review them and say, hey, Tom R asked this question. Tom R asked that question. So you need to know who I'm going to talk to first. I did clean the lens, man. If I clean the lens one more time, I'll rub it right through the screen. So that's good point. Some of them are new distilleries. Some of them are reps and ambassadors that I've met over the years. So, I mean, obviously they're going to want to talk about their product because that's what they're being paid to do. And I appreciate that. They're taking their time out. But giving them some pre-review questions or interview questions is a good idea, right? You did the ultimate glass review in the Getting Weird with the Beard video. He was live on your show. Are you talking about your fundraiser? Because I only got partially way through it. I haven't seen everything yet. But I can't keep up doing my own stuff sometimes. And direct message you through YouTube so they can use that for a question. Yes, Tom, I'm glad to know that they can because I have not found that button to click yet. I think I have to take the advice of lots of YouTubers. I can't remember if it was Bill from Whisky Dick that mentioned it, or some guys that you basically just have to start. Your first videos are gonna suck, even if people don't think they do. You're gonna feel they do either way, and so you just keep learning as you make stuff up, right? That's why I'm experimenting with the new lighting system I got, with the mic, which is right above my head here. Ooh, look at that. This was from yesterday, setting up a ladder in here, because I have lights above me. They're not on right now, but the ladder's got a clip in it. Oh, boys, good thing I wasn't live, because I would have been in trouble with all the swears that came out of there. The conclusion was, I look better wearing good. Sniper. You're funny. Yes, Jason, it's all about development. Try it. Yes, please, Tom, send me one right now, and I will check it out. I appreciate that very much. I appreciate all of you guys. Every little bit that you put in there, I thank you very much. I appreciate Malton in Montreal, who I should have mentioned earlier, but I'll mention him now, for having me on a show first. And I do like Writer's Tears. Thanks. And all of you guys, man. I'm going to do some more stuff still. One of you guys, Santa Cruz, and who's not here, asked me if I'd still be doing some live Instagram, and I will be. Instagram lives are 1 hour. You can keep coming back if you want, but you're only allowed to go for 1 hour completely. And then you get a little bar that gives you, I think, 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes before it shuts off automatically. I will do some of those. They'll be more casual. That's how I started. I just thought with Julia, hey, we got a fire going. Why don't we just do a live Instagram and see if anybody comes on? Hey, thank you for being there and having you live, or being able. I wish I'd come in sooner, Eric. Those things are. The comment you made about getting notifications. I have the bell. I have rung it, and I did not get a notification. I got your earlier one that says you're going to have a show, which was the day before or whatever it was. But I did not get a notification that you were about to come on, and I don't know why that was. I wonder if that's happens. Well, hold on. I did get it. After you ended your show live and then posted it, I got a notification, but it said you were live. Right? So there's delays. Anyway, just like right now, I am watching myself in accurate time on the Hangouts window with my camera, but I know from being in the chat that everything that that if I was watching this on a YouTube, if I opened up the YouTube window, it would be delayed. So it's a little funny. Like when I've been live with anybody, what I can see the chats are within time, but the video is delayed. Yes, please DM me on Instagram if you want to hang out. That would be awesome, man. You mean when I do a live Instagram? I will do that, Jason, in a minute. I kind of got to coordinate time zones, eh? I do too, Eric. I get notifications on my phone sooner than I do on my computer. Wow, or my email, I should say. One thing there, because Chris came in late. I picked up a Glenmorangie Sherry finish this weekend. Let you know. Oh, you haven't even opened it yet, Chris? I think the bell works when a video was posted, not for when a live stream starts. You may be right there. To do a pre-event where we can set a reminder for the live show. Yes. Tom, you are smarter than the average whiskey drinker, I think. All right, guys. I appreciate everybody joining me for this very impromptu. I'm going to drink a shot of Writer's Tears out of my giant Tim Hortons mug. I will. Yeah. You know what, Jason, I appreciate that offer greatly. And because I don't even know what program I should use. Appreciate it, buddy. See you, everyone. Salancha. Have a great weekend, I guess. Hopefully some might have Monday off. I don't. I go back tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. Don't drink too much. Thank you, Tom.